Welcome to the Movie Reactor. Today I will show you a comedy, action, and adventure film from 2023 titled Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to help advise me on how to make this channel more intriguing for your enjoyment. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Greece's Acropolis Museum is where the movie premieres. Hespera and Calypso, two goddesses who are also referred to as the daughters of Atlas, enter and discover the wizard Shazam's broken staff. They open the container containing the staff parts, take out a piece for each person, and give them each their powers. Before Hespera uses her abilities to unleash an element that turns everyone to stone, Calypso uses her ability to manipulate minds to cause all the museum visitors to start fighting among themselves. The goddesses then declare that it is now appropriate for them to pursue the realm's champions. Billy Batson arrives at his pediatrician's clinic in his Shazam guise. He thinks his family is becoming distant from him and that he isn't living up to his full potential as a superhero. He and his Shazam family are also known as the Philadelphia Fiascos and are not particularly regarded as superheroes in their hometown. Billy visits his siblings at home. While Pedro has developed an interest in baseball, for the players themselves, he plays games with Eugene. Darla continues to be her regular bright and joyful self, while Mary has returned home from college and is working to pay the rent. Freddy frequently ventures off on his own as Captain Everypower, a superhero persona. When Billy and Freddy learn that there is trouble in the city, Freddy wants just the two of them to handle it, but Billy invites his siblings to join them and assume their own forms. Additionally, the siblings are still hiding their superhero identities from Victor and Rosa. The Ben Franklin Bridge is beginning to crumble. Before the Shazam family shows up and escorts folks to safety, people start panicking and getting out of their automobiles. They succeed in saving everyone, but despite their bravery, they are nonetheless known as the Philly Fiascos since they were unable to prevent the bridge from fully falling. The siblings are gathered by Shazam at their secret location in the Rock of Eternity, but they all have places they need to be. Mary remains to discuss with him how he must acknowledge that his family's circumstances are changing and that it may be time for him to move on as well. The wizard appears to have passed away after giving Billy his powers, but he is actually incarcerated in a cell in the world of the gods. Hespera and Calypso confront him and order him to fix the staff. The staff was the only barrier between the human realm and the daughters of Atlas. When it was shattered, they arrived seeking retribution because they view the wizard as a traitor for opposing Atlas. Freddy meets a new girl at high school. She looks to be interested in him, and he falls head over heels for her right away. However, the moment is shattered by the idiot bully brothers Brett and Burke Breyer. Freddy admits he has a crush on and after she agrees to let him walk her to class in spite of them. To warn Billy about the daughters of Atlas and what they are plotting, Billy experiences a dream in which he is Shazam on a date with Wonder Woman before the wizard takes her form, which frightens Billy. However, before he can tell Billy how to stop them, he becomes weak. Later, Billy travels to alert his siblings about the imminent danger. The siblings, without Freddy, discover at the Rock of Eternity that the daughters of Atlas protect the Tree of Life, which bears golden apples containing the seeds of life, and that they are also armed with a legendary dragon. In addition to a sentient quill named Steve who points them in the direction of the books they need to find on the daughters, Pedro shows them a hidden area full of archives and books on various magic objects. They learn that Billy was to blame for the breach in the barrier between the worlds because it was he who broke the staff during their battle with Dr. Savannah. The children also discover Hespera, Calypso, and a third sister named Anthea, also known as Anne. Billy is aware of Freddy's situation. On the school's roof, where they meet, Freddy wants to reveal his superhero persona to Anthea. Hespera, Calypso, and others arrive while he is doing this, and Calypso uses the staff to depower Freddy. When his instructor approaches to step in, Calypso uses her might to force the teacher to jump to his death from the roof. Anthea utilizes her influence to alter the surroundings before they may hurt Freddy. The Shazam siblings then show up and attempt to fight, but Freddy tries to stop them lest they lose their powers as well. When Hespera constructs a massive dome around the city, trapping everything and everyone inside, the sisters build a platform and use Freddy as their prisoner, floating high into the sky. Only Shazam can observe Freddy being abducted. The wizard, who, kind of, formally meets Freddy when they are both in prison, finds out about his relationship to Billy. The wizard wallows in his cell because he feels that selecting Billy as the champion was a mistake on his part. The wizard tells Freddy that any escape strategy he comes up with won't work against the daughters as he struggles to come up with one. The daughters are then written a letter by Steve on behalf of Freddy's siblings in an effort to persuade them to release Freddy safely. Instead, Calypso uses her supernatural abilities to torment Freddy and lock the wizard and him in a pit with their dragon, Layton the World Ender. Freddy and the wizard are unable to flee due to Layton's powers, but Anthea uses her abilities to free them before Layton can kill them. Billy sets up a meeting with Hespera as Shazam in an effort to get Freddy back and get rid of the dome. When she arrives, she shows her rage at teens using godly abilities because she believes they are undeserving. Calypso sneaks up on the other siblings as they arrive and uses the staff to depower Pedro. Hespera tries to ensnare Mary and Darla in wires as Shazam battles her underground. Hespera also tries to attack Shazam with a large ball of melded materials, but Shazam uses his super speed to put her in the path of her own projectile, knocking her out and allowing the children to take her back to the Rock of Eternity. Hespera is imprisoned by the siblings, and they discuss what to do next, but soon Darla learns that Hespera has escaped. They understand that she always wanted to be apprehended. In their library, she takes up a golden apple that Billy mistook for a paperweight but was actually a golden apple covered in black dust. As she delivers the apple to Calypso and Anthea, the siblings follow her. As Calypso advises releasing their army of monsters and planting the seed of life on Earth, Freddy and the wizard seek to obtain the apple on their own. Freddy comes close to getting away with the apple but gets caught by the sisters. Shazam enters and reaches for the staff, but Calypso reclaims it. As they flee, the wizard gives Freddy his powers back. Despite Hespera's directives, Calypso tries to use the staff against them since she believes her sisters have become complacent. Then she commands Layton to stand up and pursue the champions. Victor and Rosa are in danger, so the heroes rush to save them, but they are forced to reveal their true identities as superheroes. Pedro also takes use of the occasion to reveal to the family that he is gay, but they were already aware of this and are accepting of him. When Layton starts to tear through the house, everyone is forced to run into the van and head into the city. While riding Layton, Calypso pursues the group, depowering all but Billy before snatching the apple. She transports it to Lincoln Financial Field and plants the apple there, which causes the Tree of Life to grow and obscene monsters to start attacking and murdering defenseless bystanders. The wizard informs the children that only the unicorns are capable of defeating the monsters. He explains to them, especially an ecstatic Darla, that they are vicious, anti-human beasts, not like the charming ponies in Tales. They discover that one of the things that can calm unicorns is ambrosia, and Darla comes up with a plan. They find the unicorns, who she feeds Skittles to. The unicorn enjoys it and calls for the arrival of its colleagues' unicorns so the siblings can saddle them and ride into the city to battle the monsters. Since the Tree of Life doesn't belong on Earth, Anthea tries to convince her sisters. When Hespera appears to have changed her mind and is ready to side with Calypso, she uses Layton to impale Hespera before using the staff to depower Anthea. After meeting the Shazam family, she makes an effort to find her sisters on her own. As Freddy follows her, she gives him a kiss so he can stay behind and avoid harm. Billy makes the decision that he will be the only one capable of saving the day. He briefly converses with Rosa in his typical teenage manner because he fears he may be expelled from the household once he leaves the foster care system, but she assures him that he will always have a home with them. As Calypso and Layton are about to execute Freddy and Anthea, Shazam comes across them and manages to steal the staff from her so that she can pursue him. Hespera's body is discovered, and he is able to resuscitate her so that, after she is imprisoned inside the dome, she may assist in stopping Calypso. Calypso is attracted to the field by Shazam, but when Hespera shrinks the dome to fit the stadium, Calypso becomes enraged. Billy is engaged in combat with the enraged goddess and her dragon while Billy's family watches from outside the dome. The dragon's fire forces his suit to burn to a crisp as he uses the staff to propel himself forward and hit Layton in the face, reminding me of a certain black-suited anti-hero. Then, charging himself up with the staff, Shazam conjures a potent lightning bolt that decimates the dome and reduces Calypso and Layton to dust. Before she too passes away permanently, Hespera gently congratulates Billy on becoming both a hero and a god. Billy's family rushes into the field in search of him, and Freddy discovers his lifeless body next to the tree's remnants. Despite their best attempts, Billy is actually dead. To give Billy a befitting burial, the wizard takes the family and Anthea to the world of the gods. The wizard claims that Billy cannot be revived by any gods now that Anthea has lost her abilities and her sisters are dead. Up until someone says, there is one. When the family turns around, they discover Wonder Woman. In response to a previous communication from Billy, she activates the staff over Billy's tomb with the help of her goddess abilities, giving Anthea and the other siblings their former powers back. Then Billy, as Shazam, gets out of the grave and gives his loved ones a hug. He then makes an effort to shoot Wonder Woman, but she instructs him to focus on rescuing the world instead. After fixing it, the family goes back to their house, where they also have Anthea since they are now a legally married couple. The wizard, who is now deciding to enjoy life on Earth as a civilian rather than wither away in another domain, visits them. He appreciates the family's assistance, and they see him as a friend as well. The wizard responds that Shazam has always been his superhero moniker when Billy asks him what his actual name is. Please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the content, then please hit the like button as it helps the channel and is greatly appreciated. Also, if you know anyone who would enjoy watching this content, then please share and help this community grow. Thanks for watching.